et prête. Rends les choses faciles.
Et sèche-moi ces larmes de crocodile.
Hello everybody, it's Liz Mew and we are in Tokyo in Japan. In today's video we are going to be looking for the best vegan ramen available in this amazing city. Are you hungry? I am very hungry and I keep eating my hair because there are these grates that come up with air and blowing the hair into my mouth. But let's go eat some noodles instead. While Japan is home of ramen, I think it's really important to understand that veganism is pretty new here. On the whole, chefs aren't as used to serving vegan clientele, which means they might have less experience substituting ingredients. Basically, Japan's still trying to figure out what vegans like, which to me is make it taste as close to the real thing as possible. In the near future, I'm so sure there's going to be more and more plant-based options for ramens, which will absolutely blow our friggin' minds, and it's so exciting to be in this city while veganism isn't yet mainstream. So in this video, please keep in mind that while I might not be blown away by all these bowls of ramen, I am so extremely grateful for the options. Without further ado, let's eat. Okay, so we're in Tokyo, and when you Google vegan ramen in Tokyo, the first thing that's gonna come up on Google is T's Tantan Ramen. It's a 100% vegan ramen joint, the only 100% vegan one that you will find in Tokyo. And my friend Tony Ann has suggested that we go to the UNO Station location instead of the Tokyo Station location, which we couldn't even find, by the way, because Tokyo Station is so massive, that's a whole other story. But anyway, this is what we got. We got some gyoza, we got some fried soy meat, and my ramen that I chose was the black sesame Tantan ramen. I found the broth to be a little bit lacking in flavor. It was a little bit watery and just a little bit weak. I was kind of expecting more from a fully vegan place, and I really wanted it to knock my socks off, but it kind of didn't. The noodles themselves, however, were really high qual, and I really enjoyed how long and sloopy they were. I didn't actually get that much black sesame flavor from the black sesame seeds, despite there being like a million sesame seeds in my bowl. Look at that. It looks like an ant colony has died in my bowl. I was kind of hoping for a kind of black sesame paste flavor throughout the bowl, but I really didn't get any of that. It was just a bit weak. It was kind of like a salty broth. It was edible and I kept eating it, but not really what I was hoping for. And because this was my first experience of ramen in Tokyo, I was really put off and I didn't have ramen again for quite a while. The bowl did have some soy meat, which was kind of a redeeming quality of this bowl. Had some flavor, good texture, but wasn't enough to kind of save the whole bowl. And overall, if I had to rate this bowl, I think I would give it a 6.5 out of 10. Our next stop is a place called SORANOIRO, which means color of the sky. This is why the restaurant is blue. Isn't that so cute? And here, like many other ramen places, you'll need to order your ramen off a vending machine. Here they have two different types of vegan ramen as well as gluten-free options. There is an English button if you don't read Japanese, and you just order your ramen off the machine, give the ticket to the waitress, and then they'll give it into the kitchen. There is actually another location of SORANOIRO at Tokyo Station in Ramen Street, but there aren't as many toppings and the ramen doesn't taste as good, so I would recommend coming here. And here are the nudes. Don't they just look beautiful? Look at how colourful they are. I reckon these were the most colourful bowls that we had in all of our time in Japan. Just look at that, they're gorgeous. I got the soy vegan ramen, which is on a soy sauce broth. The broth was clear and there weren't too many of those flavoring oils in it. It was absolutely loaded with vegetables like sweet potato and radish. There was broccoli, there was onion, mushroom, tofu, tomato, and then a whole lot of sprouts. So we know it looks beautiful, but how does it taste? Well, it kind of just tasted exactly how it looked, a solid veggie-packed ramen. The broth wasn't too flavorful, but flavorful enough to make you keep wanting to eat more. And because there were so many vegetables in this bowl, each mouthful was very varied and had a new texture or slightly different flavor that just kept you going until the end. Will got the Tantan ramen, which was a total step up from mine. The broth had a lot more going on. It was a little bit more creamy and flavorful, and it had some spicy chili oil on top as well. Will was stoked with his choice and it made me a little bit jealous. This bowl was absolutely packed with vegetables as well, and the brown rice noodles that you get in the gluten-free ramens are actually super good quality and I highly recommend.
Sorry, I'll stop eating yours. Spread that line. The wine is good.
If I have to score the SORANOIRO ramen, I would give my Soy Vegan Ramen a solid 7 out of 10, and I would give the Tantan Ramen a 7.5. SHINJUKUGYOEN Ramen OUKA is our next place. It specializes in halal ramen and also has 2 vegan options. Well, there's basically one. You can get it spicy or you can get it non-spicy. I chose the spicy version and this is what it looks like. It's topped with some shredded leek and some chili threads. There's some radish inside, mushroom, and look at these fine noodles. The broth was clear but had a really nice deep brown color, and I found the flavor was absolutely delicious. I also thought the noodles really clung onto the flavor of the broth, and it was just really good. I know it doesn't show on my face, but I was thinking it. There weren't too many toppings in this bowl, which I thought was totally okay because the broth had so much flavor and really carried this whole bowl of noodles. But there was vegan mince, which I thought was a really nice touch. And if you look closely, you'll also be able to see these little like vegan fish roe bits, those little balls. I thought they were fun. I also really like the tomato bits in here because it gave some sweetness. And I also am secretly very proud of this shot because I figured out how to film myself with no hands, and I just wanted to put it in this video. So, scoring time. I will give this bowl a solid 8 out of 10. And now we're up to the real gems of this video. First up we have CHABUZEN, which is also known as Yakuzen Shokudo CHABUZEN or Food Therapy Diner CHABUZEN. But if you just Google CHABUZEN and vegan, this should come up. Now this place is absolutely tiny. It will seat 7 people maximum, and you should try and come early so that you get a seat. There are so many vegan options here. There's even more if you come at dinner time, and I couldn't just get ramen. We had to pick a couple of sides, and this is what we got. We got fried soy meat with green onion. Fried soy meat is a thing in Japan, and here at CHABUZEN it is absolutely delicious. There was another place we love called Nagishakudo, and this had even better soy meat than Nagishakudo, which was like very hard to top. It was crispy on the outside and juicy on the inside. Look at that. Oh my god, looking at it is making me so hungry. We also got the GYOZA, which was made to order, and look at all these really beautiful dumpling shapes that he's making for us. He made some flower shapes, he made some OG dumpling shapes, and they were so good. Also, check out his kitchen. It is so tiny. He made everything out of this kitchen, and there was only one man working. And this was the GYOZA. Look at that. Super crispy on the outside, and the inside was so delicious. It was just packed with onion and garlic and leek, I think, and the flavor was just like so good. And here is my ramen. I think it's flavored with koji, which is like a fermented rice mixture, which is also used to ferment other things like miso paste and sake. So it really has the power of flavor locked in the koji. And now that power is in this ramen. Just look at those flavor oils swirling together on the top of this ramen. The bowl has some nori and some tofu, and that's about it for all the toppings. And I know you already know that this broth is spectacular. It's outstanding. There is, however, one downside to this noodle dish, and it is very sadly the noodles themselves. Now there are 2 options for noodles here at CHABUZEN, but the only vegan option is spaghetti. Unfortunately for us vegans, spaghetti is not the ultimate vessel for an awesome ramen broth because it's just a little bit too dense, and in this bowl of ramen, they just didn't complement each other that well. I mean, it's not too big of a problem, but I just kept imagining how awesome this bowl of noodles would be with real ramen noodles, and oh, it would have been so good. Still, overall, I give CHABUZEN a strong 8.5 out of 10. Next up in our epic ramen quest is KYUSHU JANGARA ramen. We are going to the Akihabara location, but there are a couple of locations. I also spotted one near Harajuku. This is the Omotesando location, and they have 2 types of vegan ramen here. Tonight I'm out for dinner with my friends Maddie and Dom from Brisbane, and we have waited in line. We're now seated around the steaming, bustling ramen kitchen at Akihabara, and we're ready to eat. You can get a salt-based or a soy sauce-based ramen here that is vegan, and I got the soy sauce one. It might look simple, but don't let that fool you, because this bowl of ramen is so flavorful and delicious. The toppings on this bowl are nori, there's bamboo shoots, there's a little bit of chili threads, some spring onions, and I think there was some garlic in here as well as a little bit of tofu. This is simplicity at its best, as I'm just about to find out. The broth was so tasty and warming, and you just wanted to savor every single mouthful of it, and it just went so well with all the other components in the bowl. Like the noodles, oh my god, the noodles! The noodles were like perfection, the perfect vessel for this broth. They really soaked in the flavor, they had that perfect amount of chew, they were slurpy and long and so yummy. I really think this is simplicity at its finest, where less is more, and I would gladly come back for another bowl of this ramen. To me, this was very close to a perfect bowl of ramen, and I give it 9.5 out of 10.
So I'm here at SHAKA or GOTSUBO, and it's a public holiday, so I didn't know if it was going to be open because everything around is shut, but it's open. Got my ticket. I think I accidentally clicked the one with the egg option, but apparently they replace it with coriander if you're vegan, so I'll just let her know once I'm inside.
SHAKA is another hole-in-the-wall place here in Tokyo. It seats less than 10 people, so you probably will need to wait when you get here. Yes, I did click the wrong button. For the veggie miso ramen, you want to click the first button or the third or the fourth. I clicked the wrong one, but in my defense, it did translate on Google as yummy ball, and I was like, if there's a vegan yummy ball, I want it. But there wasn't. It was an egg. I still got my veggie miso ramen though without the egg, and this is what it looked like. This is such a unique ramen. The first thing you will notice is the smell. The aroma of this bowl of ramen is so delicious. You can smell the spices. It's a curry ramen, but not so curry that it's not ramen anymore. So it's more like a ramen with kind of laksa vibes. The noodles in here are these gorgeous, curly, wavy, thick noodles. The broth was a little bit thick, not quite creamy, but like dense with flavor, if you know what I mean, and it was just swirling with flavor oils as well. There weren't a lot of toppings in this bowl, but there was some vegan mince, there was some tomato, some onion, some coriander, and some bean sprouts. On your first mouthful of these noodles, you can already taste the flavor before the noodles have even touched your tongue. That is how much flavor is in this bowl of noodles. It is absolutely divine, the flavors are outrageously good, and please come here if you visit Tokyo. This was legit so good, and it was really awkward to film in here, but in my head I am losing it, guys, absolutely losing it. SHAKA ramen or GOTSUBO gets a whopping 10 out of 10 from me. Our final stop for today is a place called Noodle Stand Tokyo in Harajuku. It's down some stairs and they have vegan and or gluten-free ramen here. The vegan and gluten-free option is a coconut miso ramen, and on Fridays there's also an extra option for vegan Tantan ramen. Here you order your ramen out of a vending machine like at a lot of the other places, and we both got the coconut miso ramen. It was topped with what I think was trying to be vegan chashu. There was some greens, there was some pickled ginger and some cashew nuts, I think. Both the gluten-free noodles and the non-gluten-free noodles were nice and long and thick. Will was so excited. He's like your typical vegan. You say coconut, you say miso, and he's like, oh my god, yes, give me the noodles. So he really enjoyed this noodle bowl. I guess also because they were gluten-free noodles and that was really hard to find in Japan. He was just like, yes, give me all the noodles. But that was Will, and we all know Will and I have very different taste buds. This smelled like very heavy coconutty to me, and when I sipped it, I was just a bit confused. It wasn't bad, but I wouldn't say that it was delicious. I didn't really want to eat too much of it. I found the combination of the amount of coconut milk that they had in here was just very, very heavy, and it made me feel really sluggish. I feel like coconut cream shouldn't be a strong flavor in ramen. I tried to jazz it up with the lime and the spices on the table, but this was the first bowl of ramen in Tokyo that I couldn't finish. My score for this bowl is a 6.5 out of 10. So a recap of the best 3 vegan ramens that I think Tokyo has to offer. In third place we have CHABUZEN with that delicious dragon ramen. In second place we have KYUSHU JANGARA with that simple but totally rockin' bowl. Just look at those noodles. And in first place we have SHAKA / GOTSUBO with this amazingly aromatic bowl of ramen. It's spicy, it's unique, it's memorable, it is such an experience. If you go to Tokyo, I hope that you get to enjoy this bowl of noodles. And that is the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys soon in another video. Bye!